Hello, Facebook ads people. I'm Konstantinos, and this is the Facebook ads breaking news podcast. Hello, guys, and happy New Year, happy 2025. I hope that all of you had crazy good time. It was challenging for me because everybody was on vacation and stuff, and I had to work and everything while having the baby. So I'm a little bit tired and exhausted, but 2025 is here, and if you're a person like me that has learned to work all the time, this is a period that you have to start pushing again and doing a lot of effort. To be honest with you, I'm going to start now producing the course. I have some ideas into my head of how I'm going to structure it with a lot of different things, explaining the daily loop and all of the other things that I have learned along the way after creating the first course. And the next thing that I'm going to do, which I think that you're going to find interesting, is that I'm going to make Loom videos inside with me optimizing and showing you for 30 days or not straight. Maybe we're going to skip some if there is not good days for optimization or anything important to talk about, but maybe for 30 days or less, maybe 20 days, I will see of optimizing different accounts so that you can see a lot of different cases of optimizing for ASC and CBO campaigns. I'm going to include also from the previous course only the CBO optimization, nothing else. Everything else is going to be new because of the previous course we had some very good examples of CBO optimization. And I'm going to also include some videos from one of my students that we did Chosen 5, of course hiding his identity, his store and everything, just showing the parts that we were optimizing together so that you can get an idea of how the Chosen 5 is working and all of that. Just because we're in the production of the course, right now I don't think I will take another person for Chosen 5 unless it is a very good project and that account is ready to scale. But for now, I think I'm going to close all of the spots for the next 3 months until I finish the course completely. The course is going to have a lot of theory inside because I want to focus also on the theory, understanding why you're doing this or that on Facebook side. And it's going to have also a lot of examples with the Loom videos on a daily level. And now it's up to me on the next 3 months to complete it. The price is going to be between 1.5k to 1k. Most likely, if I end up putting a lot of effort and making such a big course that I believe that it's going to be, because there's just 44 different topics that they're going to have subtopics plus the 30 days videos for the optimization. The 30 days videos I forgot to mention for cost cap and bid cap, and 30 or less days of Chosen 5 optimization more with one of my students. So it's going to be a huge course and most likely I'm going to charge it 1,500. We will see. The people that they have already access to the course, you're going to get it for free for supporting the previous course and everything. I guess that's it with the course. So now we just have to ramp up and actually do the best that we can to finish it. Most likely I'm going to do video shootings every day or every other day in order to be able to finish it, and I hope that we're going to be ready in time. Now, when it comes to results about January, and then we will go to the main topic for today, which is Mark announcing what he announced, and January results. We had some pretty slow days on let me see the dates just so that I can be sure. So the weekend, the 4th and the 5th, was a little bit slow. The days before that were okay. So this weekend, the 4th and the 5th was slow. From 6th to 7th, it started bouncing back. Today it's a very good day, the 8th that I'm video shooting this. I didn't expect for January to start so slow, but I feel like it started slow, and I would like to see how this is going to evolve. About health and wellness, guys, I do know that some people are getting banned already on their other accounts, but we don't have any concrete answer from Meta of what's going to happen. So we will have to wait on the 15th and see how they're going to address that. Now, main topic today, we have the news from Mark that he announced basically in a very big video for his standards that, and it says here, it's time to get back to our roots around free expression. Duh, you realize it now. Let me tell you what he means. In all of my podcasts here and stuff, I have to mention the word, I'm not going to mention it now, but I have to mention the word that every state is doing every 4 years in order to have a chief for the government, okay? And I mentioned this word. And for this, my videos are getting flagged as being political, okay? Maybe they are even going to be flagged now because I said political. The point is that all of this thing with flagging things, if you talk about gender, if you talk about ethnicities, if you talk about political, if you talk about Trump, if you talk about this or that or that or that, you're getting flagged. And basically, even the people like me that are not expressing any political opinion or whatever, we're getting flagged in our videos for no reason, just because there are so many safety features over there, so that we are not going to say anything bad about transgender people, or we're not going to say anything bad about Kamala Harris or Donald Trump. So we have all of this situation that they're trying to protect it, but on the other hand, it became a place that you cannot just express yourself because everything you say is wrong, you know. It's what I like to say, that, and this is why you see me that on my videos and everywhere, I'm really straightforward. I don't like this political correctness that sugarcoats things and everything is okay and all of that. Do you want to say something? Just say it loud, okay? Of course, in some constraints, but do you know what I realized? That when you're trying to constrain something, you end up constraining everything, and there are people that they are going to be judged of what they're saying, even if they don't have a bad intention, and they're going to be cut. So this is happening with the platform, okay? You cannot talk about this, you cannot talk about it. Reminds me of a joke that an anecdote here in Greece, which says that there's a guy that goes to the bar, and there's another one next to him sitting, and they don't know each other, and they say, he reads the newspaper, he said, look at this team, this guy, he cannot score and stuff, and the barman comes and says, guys, do not talk about sports here, because I don't want any fight to start on the bar. And the guy says, okay. Then he says, look at these guys, they don't know how to government, okay, and they're doing this and that, and they're all corrupted. The barman comes again and says, please guys, don't talk about politics here, because I don't want to have any fights to the bar. And then the guy says to the barman, hey, can we talk about sexual stuff? No, you know, yeah. The barman says, yes, you can talk about which girl you went out and stuff. And the guy says, okay, then go yourself. Okay, so basically, this is what is happening right now. You cannot talk about anything, and whenever you talk about something, you're just being flagged because you're not political correct or you're expressing your opinion. And what does this mean? That means that as people, we cannot express our opinion, and they end up having fake profiles and stuff in order to say what they want to say, and because they don't care if they get banned over there. So that's the situation, and that's what he's addressing. And of course, the one that made I'm not an Elon fan, Musk. I'm not an Elon Musk fan, but I must admit that in some things he's right. For example, when he took Twitter, he said that free expression and stuff. Also, I'm against of people commenting with fake profiles. Okay, so do you want to come, which I don't have these problems on my channel, but let's say that I did. Do you want to come into my face and call me fat or idiot or whatever? Do it with your name, okay? So that you can face the consequences. We cannot just address on the whole internet space like it's a space that it's an asylum for every stupid person that can express whatever they want. You can express whatever they want, but they need to have consequences in the same way that they have consequences in their lives. So what is happening on TikTok and in other platforms where everyone is anonymous, or Reddit, everyone is anonymous, speak and say your opinion while you're putting your name next to it, okay? And then express whatever you want. Even if you are a racist and you put the name next to it, be able to express it, because this is democracy. But at the end of the day, I'm not accepting the fact that there are people that they're just making another profile, and some of those are getting banned, and the measure in order to control that, all of these trolls, is just to have crazy safety features that none of us that we have actual profiles, we can say nothing. So I think that this situation is over, and then Elon came, he took the X, and he started expressing that, okay, now we need to let people even express their opinion. For example, even I'm vaccinated, okay? By the way, this video is going to be devastated because I'm covering all the topics that I shouldn't talk about, but I don't give a okay? So I'm vaccinated. I don't believe that the people that they're not vaccinated, they should not express their opinion, and they should not say this and that, okay? Does it irritate some? Yeah, it does. But I'm not going to stop listening to them just because I'm on the other side and I'm having another opinion. And this is what happened exactly with X and all these platforms about vaccinations, actually silencing people talking for the fact that they don't want to do it, okay? Or they have been called crazy, paranoid people or whatever. And this is coming from a person who is vaccinated, because I believe in the vaccination. I believe that it helped me because I got sick and then I got better. Okay, I don't know about the long term, what is going to happen. Okay, I do hear this argument, but I know that I got benefited from that. Okay, so that's my opinion about it. That's what I think that Mark is trying to say, that all of this madness of nobody being able to talk because they're being silenced immediately or the post gets down, it has to stop. This is what he expressed. Of course, he did an opening to Donald Trump talking about it, and he says that we as Americans have to do this and that. He mentioned China in order to do that. So for me, this is also an opening from Mark to Trump in order to work with him, because he knows that his best friend is now Elon Musk, and he's afraid that his platform is going to fall behind because maybe X is going to do better. That's how I see it. On the other hand, let's discuss how we believe that this one is going to influence us when it comes to Facebook ads. I do believe that there are a lot of things like guns, for example, okay, in United States, that they're going to be started being able to be advertised or whatever, maybe. We're going to see some changes. This is irrelevant to the health and wellness, which is a legal team decision. It's not something which is coming from Mark that you have to stop doing health and wellness. And I do believe that we're going to see some new categories coming that we were not able to advertise, to be able to advertise, and maybe even get less rejected ads for specific categories that they were actually struggling. It's all about discovering all of that, but yeah, that's my opinion about it. And to be honest with you, because I have been in these platforms for many years, I do have a very clear opinion, and I do believe that they have overdone it. And to be honest with you, I believe that they have overdone it on the let's go with the most intense flag word over here, which is going to up completely the video. They have overdone it in the COVID period and in the quarantine period, because they were hashing down and they were just suppressing whatever it was being told about the ones that they were just having disagreements. Okay, and to be honest with you, I think that Facebook did also that. And I don't know if this is a genuine remorse, or if they are trying now to go inside the new trend, which is Donald Trump. But we're going to see. At the end of the day, we're not here just to judge how Facebook is doing things, but we're here to do Facebook ads. And the only way that I'm seeing these things and this news is from the prism of how they're going to affect us in terms of the ads management. And I believe that we're going to have less rejections. I believe that we're going to have more categories that we will be able to advertise. So it's going to be good. The only loose end over here is what's going to happen on the 15th, which is going to explain a lot of the things. He didn't mention anything about ads. It was about the policy of how this is going to do and that there's going to be more fact check, which is, he even mentioned it. So we're going to do it like X, okay, and we're going to do fact check. And he mentioned that in order for, in order for us not to say that, so he's moving the fact checking team, from what I understood, to Texas, because if you move it to Texas, then you are having people working from Texas over there. So the culture is not going to be this political correctness of New York, you know, about the woke movement and all of that. This is how I see it, at least. Anyway, look, at the end of the day, Mark is going to try to protect his company, and it makes total sense. The only thing that we need to see is how it's going to influence us on the ads, because this is a platform that apparently is working, and we only want to see this platform becoming better. I think that this change is for good, okay? And I think that it's going to change things in the advertising, not going back to things like targeting people who are rich or dog owners and very nice interests that we used to have. But he mentioned also EU, by the way, which EU, for example, right now, and I agree with him, it's a catastrophic place when you go and you impose again another thing, GDPR, another thing, EU laws, this and that, beneficiary, and this. You are ruining the whole innovation thing. He's completely right about that. But EU, imagine EU just like a very slow ship that it's just turning like this, you know. It takes so much time for them to do a change and all of that. And all of this means that they are just imposing another thing, which is actually ruining the advertising right now in the European Union, and it's not making it easy for us comparing to what we have in United States. That's all. Let's go to your questions, because I can talk about these topics the whole day and we have a lot of questions. So let's move to that. Okay, so let's start with your questions. I think there are way too many because we haven't talked for a long period. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, so we'll have to go fast mode, guys. Fast mode on. I'm not even going to count the questions, but there should be more than 40, 50, I guess. We will see. We don't have Liar 45 questions. He respected my request of not doing big questions. I don't know if you are messaging me from other profiles. I don't know, for example, if you are Lux039, because the questions that this guy is making, they are very close to you, but I'm not going to research it more. Let's go. Hi guys, I started using the crazy method this week and the results are starting to come in. I'm not sure about the future, but right now we're spending 1K a day, and yesterday today's earnings were 30K. Crazy. If anyone is reading this comment and considering the crazy method, just do it. Just go for it. Haha. I turn off ads during optimization, but I'm sure whether to turn off the creatives or not. I don't want to disturb the algorithm. So the reason I'm putting this. I'm putting this because a lot of times people ask me if the crazy method is still relevant. The fact that it's an old video, it doesn't mean that the crazy method doesn't work. The crazy method is always going to work as long as there are hot pockets inside of the ads being formed. Now, on this topic over here, if you have to close ad sets or ads, because the crazy method is CBO, you have to close ad sets. When we close ads, then you have to optimize on the ad level and on the ad set level, which is making it extremely difficult, and it's changing a lot of variables. So I want you to optimize on the ad set level with the ways that we are showing in several videos on how to do so. Don't go into the ad level. If you see in your CBO that on the ad level you have one consistent usual suspect that's taking budget, is not doing well, just go remove it and run the campaign all over again to optimize with the others. Note, the crazy method is a scaling method. We use it when we have something working. We don't use it for testing. Experienced people like me use it for testing also, but we're not going to start this topic right now, because apparently there's some people that nothing is working with their ad account and they think that if they use the crazy method, it's going to work. No, crazy method is the amplifier of something that is already working. Next one. Hey, when you should use the rapid fire method for testing creatives, and to clarify, should all 10 creatives in each ad set be the same? They should be the same, but I have made a change to that. I want you to use 5, don't use 10, use 5. 10 it's way too much for the rapid fire. Rapid fire can be used to test creatives, but I'm not using it a lot. It's just another method that sometimes in some other accounts it works. You can use it if you like it, I guess, if it's in your preferences. My preferences is not to use it. I tested it because it made sense technically and in order to see how it behaves. So for example, I did changes like initially when the rapid fire came out, I was saying that you keep the high budget. Now I believe that you, after the 2 days that you keep the one ad set, you lower the budget immediately to the comfort zone budget that you have on the accounts for the campaigns. Instead of 10, you run 5. These are things that I have changed by just testing it. And other friends of mine, like Adim, for example, he told me that it's working better for me with 5. So I took all of this feedback from you and your tests. So it's up to you, personal preference. I like to test more with things that are working, so structures that are working with that account. I don't care about having a different structure for testing and a different structure for broad top of funnel targeting or just top of funnel targeting. Once the testing phase narrows down to one winning creative, would you recommend optimizing it like an ABO campaign by lowering the budget, or should the budget remain the same? I already explained, this is something that has changed in the strategy. Back in the day, I believed when I created without testing it, that we have to keep the same. Maybe because I thought that it was an opportunity to have a higher spend thing so that we can spend more and scale, but the results humiliated me. I got humbled and I started using the budgets. I lowered the budgets to the normal one. So the increased budget initially is helping you to test faster and find your winner, and then you lower to the one that you have. There's a question here. I thought it has been around for a while, but all of a sudden clients are asking for it. Well-made video, thanks. He's talking about the value optimization. I posted a new video about testing value optimization in ASC campaigns. Yes, value optimization has been here forever. It was actually funny because I was talking with a meta rep that it was discussing about the ASC optimization, and she told me, no, this is a new feature, it has never been again. I said, no, the value optimization is here forever. How do I know it? I had some other accounts 5 years ago that I was getting paid revenue sharing deals and I was using value optimization with manual bidding, and I was getting paid like 2K per day because of the percentage sales. We're spending 20K, 10% of the revenue was getting paid 2K per day. So I know it very well that they existed back in the day. At this point, I didn't even have a YouTube channel, okay? So I know very well that it existed before because I remember these days. Maybe these days have even funded the whole YouTube effort, who knows? The thing is that they have now introduced this value optimization. So instead of optimizing for maximum number of conversion, optimizing for maximum value. It's just above the pixel selection. Into the ad set level. You have done it, and it's working really well also on several accounts, and I'm using it as a strategy. You can go and you can watch the video about the meta funding test about optimizing for value, which is maximum number of value, maximum conversion value instead of maximum number of conversions. Yes. So the people started using it because first of all it's working and they start talking about it, and secondly Meta gave a lot of tests, so more and more people tested it. That's why we see it. Also, it has been announced that now we're introducing the value optimization to the ASC campaign, so more people have seen it and they started doing it. But for sure, test it because it's worth it and it's a very good setting. I really like it, especially for stores that they have AOV fluctuations. It's very good because it's helping. Just be careful a little bit with the ratios. Just don't do all of them with value optimization. Just do 3 or 4 out of the 10. The rest you can see them on the video. What about using big ASC campaign to scale with all the best creatives put in there instead of scaling CBO? You can do whatever you want, first of all. Secondly, having a very big ASC, no matter how big it's going to be, unless if it's 50K per day, if you put a lot of ads inside in an ASC, you are going to spend the majority of the budget to 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's not something that you're just tossing more creatives inside and all of them are taking budget. ASC is working with dominant ads, so you cannot do this. You can keep scaling it and then seeing how much you can scale with the creatives that they're taking the budget, yes. But if you want to keep scaling more or having average results or being able to control other accounts and stuff, you need to work with multiple campaigns. This is what I believe. If you believe something else, feel free to use one campaign and use other things that I'm saying. Last thing is that I have posted a video with a case study with one ad account that's having one campaign and how I'm starting transitioning it to many campaigns at account. I'm going to make the part 2 right now of how December went, and then I'm going to make the January and February so that I can show you how this ad account is actually scaling more with multiple campaigns instead of having one campaign, which is, if you remember in a previous podcast, the debate that I had with one person telling to me that if I have one campaign that I'm tossing creatives inside, they're going to take the best one is going to take budget, which means that it can scale more. In theory, it makes sense. I do understand it as a concept, but I'm proving in this ad account that the thing that I told him, that who tells to you that if you don't take the other creatives into their own respective campaigns, you're not going to be able to scale more because just the budget is being distributed also to other creatives that now they're not working, because yes, they're not the most strong ones on the campaign that you have, but maybe they can even work on their own campaign being the strong assets if they have the chance. And this is what I'm proving in this case study, and it's working very well, I must say. Next one. How do you negotiate with partnership creators? What are your best deals to propose to these creatives? Most of the times people, this is not my field of expertise, but from what I know, most of the times people are sending them free products, and some other times it's paid collaborations with X amount of money. I don't know the exact deals, but I have something to say, and this is why I put this comment here. The best thing that you can do is find a creator which is already using your product. That's amazing. If you find someone, let's say for example there's a creator out there and he bought my course and he talked somewhere about my course, and I know Barner glasses, for example, okay? This is a brand that I really like, and I also run their ads, but on the other hand, I must say that when I was approached, I was already a client of theirs. So yes, in this other account, I'm working with even better, I like the brand anyway. Not because they gave me free glasses, which they didn't, by the way, but because of the fact that, I like the brand, so I like to advertise it and stuff. So if you find an influencer that is already using your product and he or she likes it, then they're going to make better videos. Okay. Next one. Hey, do you recommend using ASC campaign alongside CBO testing campaign? I don't recommend using CBO testing campaign. I recommend testing with whatever structure is working in your ad account, even if it is ASC, CBO, whatever that may be. You can just put a structure which is working provenly because you have one campaign working already. Change the creatives inside so that you can know if the creatives are the problem or your structure is the problem. Or just one ASC campaign and test creatives when needed. I replied, there is no such conflicting information on YouTube about, oh, don't use ASC, this and that. I feel like most of YouTubers are saying that to discourage people from finding independence. I don't think that YouTubers have any need of taking away the independence from you. They don't give a the thing that I think that is happening here is that sometimes YouTubers are trying to say things to sound smart or special and stuff, and they're not attacking to the point, which is that this is how we run ad, this is why, all of that. So maybe people are getting confused because here and there is another person that's going to come and say this. Like the other thing that I see is a lot of people come and say the Facebook pixel is not getting trained, and they show their the reason that I'm saying that they're showing their code is because I'm seeing it with many people, which means that someone has done it and the people like it. So they show their power charging from the mobile phone cord, and they say that it's like a cord that is transferring energy or data in that case. And the reason that I'm mentioning this is because I have seen for more than 5 people use this example, which means that someone used it as a smart example and they are using it also because they liked it as a content. And the truth is that they're completely wrong, okay? Because the pixel does get trained. How do we know that? It took me months to actually find the answer, but something to answer, that it's based on data. We do know it because when we start running campaigns with a new pixel, we do take, when we try to use value optimization, which goes with the question before, Facebook doesn't let us because it says that this pixel doesn't have enough data, which means that it's storing data in order for it later to be able to do value optimization in the ad account. So all of these people that they're saying that the pixel is not getting trained, do you know what's the funny part? When they are changing an ad account and they change a store or whatever, because most of these bullshit are coming from people that they are working with dropshippers or they are dropshippers and they're not going technically deep to running ads. These people, they're also changing their pixel. Well, if you don't care about it, why do you change your pixel, out of superstition? Anyway, that's the point with YouTubers, that they're not, for example, there are people that they're telling scale with 20%, okay? And they're talking to people that they're spending $100 or $200 and they talk about scale with 20%. Why? Scaling with 20% means that you don't, what is this 20%? 20% comes from the theory that if you scale more than 20%, you're going to exit the learning phase that you have passed. Okay, not exit the learning phase, you're going to go back to the learning phase. Except from the fact that I don't care about the learning phase, and I do believe that it's another system from Meta to keep making you spend more so that you can reach the goal, to gamify a little bit the way of doing ads so that you can have another task or you can have another milestone to cover, and in order for you to do it you need to spend more. It's psychology of the advertiser. Except from that fact, why are you proposing to someone that is spending 100 per day and he needs 50 events in the course of 7 days, if he's using 7 days attribution window, to pass the learning phase, to not increase more than 20% when he has never passed the learning phase? You see how crazy it is? So people are just saying things without even knowing what the they're talking about. So the 20% is coming from the theory about the learning phase. If you haven't passed the learning phase, why the you need to keep increasing with 20%? It makes no sense. Anyway, hi sir, I discovered your channel while I was looking for the Hot Pockets topic. Hot Pockets, I don't know if anyone else is talking about it. Most probably you come from Reddit. I guess that people talk about Hot Pockets there. I have a question regarding my situation. I'm working on cash on delivery, lead generation on landing page and selling products. I have a question on the testing phase. Is it better to test multiple creatives or multiple pockets? I think it's better initially to test multiple creatives, and when you find something working, you can always move to the crazy method and test multiple hot pockets because you have this. But you have something working at that point. Have something working and starting to unravel the different things that are working is very important. Right now it has 5 assets, each asset having one creative. The budget is $5 on every asset. This is an ABO. Please give details, thanks. I cannot give you details. I can tell you that I consider this budget small unless if you have a very small cost per purchase or whatever. I do understand that maybe it's a budget thing for you, but I would prefer, for example, if I have 5 assets over here with 5 each, to run just one with 25 and then see if I can use it on crazy method, because I just don't believe in small budget testing. I wouldn't run any other account that is spending less than 50 or 100 per day and something that would make sense. Sadly, Facebook needs more money now. if you have smaller numbers like cost per page of $5, be my guest and do that, and then move them to the crazy method. So guys, these are all the questions. I have nothing else. I really like the podcast, to be honest with you. I missed this. It's 12 o'clock at the night, because now with the baby we have to do different hours video shooting. My video editor behind the camera is actually sleeping, and she's in a very bad state. I can see her face of how much she hates me, but we all have to adapt to the baby, sorry. The truth is that I missed all of this thing with the podcast. That's why I kept talking more about things, because for me it's a way to express also the things that I have. I have also the inner circle, but this is more public and stuff. I know that this video is going to be f***ed up because of all the things that they said on the beginning, but I don't care. And I will see you guys on the next one with the next news. The next one most likely is going to be around the corner of the 15th, right? So the 15th, oh yeah. So on the next one, we're going to see the mayhem. Next one is so the 15th is on Wednesday. So the next one is going to be video shooted after the 15th. And we're going to see what happened with these changes of the health and wellness. I will see you on the next one, guys. This is the end of the first part of the Facebook Ads Breaking News podcast. If you don't want to miss the second half of the podcast, where I'm answering all the remaining questions of the week, visit my Patreon page following the link on the description. This was the Facebook Ads Breaking News podcast. Like it or not, it is what it is.